Hey team. So we realise that not everyone is interested in doing the Open and quarterfinals. So this is one of the reasons why we created Access All Areas. So Access All Areas means that you get access to pretty much every program that we have ever released as a fixed length. So as you can see here, this link to the sheet that we send you, that's just some of the programs, fixed length programs you get access to. There's also limitation programs, JST Train, etc. But getting back to the point, so like I said, some people don't want to do the Open or the quarterfinals. They're not interested. They want to compete later on in the year, focus more on developing themselves, and that's fine. That's all good. Whatever you want to do and whatever fits you. So I'm just going to go through a couple of ways and how you can use some of the programs through this period that you have access to. So the ones that I have downloaded for this example are base conditioning, which we will be adding to the Access All Area programs in the next week or so. Laying the strength foundations and gymnastic EMOMs. So the reason why I added these three was this is a period where I'm quite far away from wanting to compete. So I put laying the strength foundations in there. There's plenty of single leg work in. There's some weightlifting work in there as well. So I'm evening out any imbalances that I might have. And I'm continually refining my late weightlifting work, which I also need to do. So that's why I decided to put laying the strength foundations in there. There's also plenty of upper body work in there as well, again, to even out imbalances and improve my strict strength, which I need to do. So that's what laying the strength foundations covers. Okay. The gymnastic EMOMs. Now, through this period, I just want to focus on building my gymnastic volume up again. Before the new year, before Christmas, I had a period where I wasn't training as much. Training wasn't as consistent. So by having the EMOM program in there, it just means that I can focus on building up some volume, consistently doing the movements every week without any interference. So it just means I can maintain the best quality possible that I need to throughout gymnastics, which I've not been able to do for a number of months before this period as well. Okay, so that's why I decided to put the gymnastic EMOMs in there. Super linear. I love it because it's so simple. It's really easy to follow. You know where it goes and how it works. Okay, the gymnastic EMOMs are in there. And then the other one that I've added in is the base conditioning. And again, this is really simple as well. There's a rowing session, an assault bike session, and another assault bike session. So the idea of this is that it's just going to help me maintain a good level of conditioning across the board. Again, my training wasn't too consistent before Christmas in the new year. So it's just going to help me to start to build those foundations again, bring me up to a good level, so that by the time the program kind of restarts after quarterfinals, I should be up to a good level. And I can jump back in on JST Athlete if I want to, or I can continue to adjust and tweak the programs that I've got access to through Access All Areas, depending on how my goals evolve throughout the year. All right. So those are the three main add-on programs that I've put in for my training going forward as an example to you. As well as that, I obviously still want to maintain the community element in my training. So big ones for me to continue to do the whiteboard workout, which is on JST Athlete. For example, on this week, it's pedal to the metal. And also, depending on how I feel and what I want to do, there'll be other parts of JST Athlete that I also, want to jump in and, like I say, make sure I still feel a part of the community. So I might drop in on some of the big, the big three workouts, or early in the week when there's usually a little bit of skill work. If I want to keep some movements ticking over, again, I'll maybe just add that in. But for me, the priority is making sure that I get the laying the strength work foundation working, doing my gymnastic EMOMs and the base conditioning, and then on the other days, or if I've got any time after that, might do a little bit of JST Athlete, might not. So on the Tuesday, for example, might do, like, I don't have the base conditioning to do, so might just drop a little bit of JST Athlete in there, depending on how much time I've got. I'm not going to stress. I'm going to stay relatively flexible, and as long as I get in what I've, decided I want to prioritize on through this period, all good, all good. Okay. The other good thing is with these programs, you can actually change the date that you set them on. So, say for example, you miss a week of the gymnastic EMOMs, you can actually change the date on it. I'm not going to go through it now. I'll save that for another video. But yeah, so it's possible to do that, and you could do that for all the day one, session one programs that come in with the Access All Areas. Okay, so I hope you find that useful. If you want to do that, but you're not quite sure which programs to do, where to start, then just give us a shout, and we can help you out easy enough and point you in the right direction. Like I say, you've plenty of resources there. It's just not being too set in, like, I must do this to a T and I can only do this. Be flexible in your approach. There's not one way to get to your goal or your finish line. There's going to be ups and downs along the way. You might have to take a detour until you get there. Be flexible. All right. Hope you found that helpful. Catch you guys soon, hopefully, at one of our in-person events, whether it's training experience, regional event. Hopefully we'll see you soon.